Good evening and welcome to Using the Standards Aligned System in Early Childhood Programs and Classrooms. This training session is designed for early childhood education teachers and directors who have been in the field for a while but might not be familiar with the Standards Aligned System and how it can be used to enhance our programs and to better align our work with the standards and standards assessments and classroom practices of the school system as a whole. So we'll start out today with some introductions. My name is Elayna Shirk. I've been the director at Grace Point Learning Center for 3 years now. Before that, I was teaching high school English at a private school over in Morgantown. So I made this transition to an early childhood setting, and during this time I've been working on getting my credentials in the field and learning more about how we can improve our programs. We are part of the STARS program, so we do use the standards in all of our lesson planning. We have a standards aligned curriculum, and we use an approved assessment tool that aligns with the standards as well. However, we don't always see the bigger picture of how this all fits into what the Department of Education is doing as well. And so as we're preparing children coming through our infant, toddler, and preschool classes, it helps us to see where it is they're going from here and how our systems work with what they are doing in the school system as well. So if you can take a moment, we can go around and share with the group what your name is, what program you work with, what your position there is, whether you're a director or a teacher. If you're a teacher, let us know what age group you work with and how many years you've been an early childhood professional. All right, thank you all for sharing. So we are going to go to the Standards Aligned System webpage. And you can see there that it is a free tool you can access, and you can set up an account. All you need basically is an email that you can use and a password. So if you do not already have a Standards Aligned System account, you can take a moment to set up an account now. If you already have an account, please log into it, and we'll go from there. So now that we're all logged in, we can just see briefly at the top here that we have the main domains listed for the Standards Aligned System. And those are standards, assessments, curriculum framework, instruction, materials and resources, and safe and supportive schools. Now there are wonderful resources under many of those areas that relate to early childhood education. So if you want to take just a moment to look through each of those briefly, you can see under standards that you can view the standards, you can search through the standards, and they do have the pre-K standards listed in there as well as the kindergarten standards for those of you who work with half-day kindergarten programs. So you're familiar with those from the standards that we receive from Octal that we use in our lesson plans and curriculum. However, it helps to see that they're a part of this system as well. If you navigate to the assessments tool, you can, if you were to try to create an assessment here, you wouldn't be able to do an assessment for a preschool child one here because we do our assessments in a very different way. However, down at the bottom of that domain, we have the Early Learning Pre-Kindergarten to Grade 3 Octal link. And that gives us a link to some information about how assessments in our classrooms relate to the assessments they do in the school systems and how they